Let's face it, the world is not right without hot water. You get up, you don't want to take a cold shower, you don't want to face the world. A hot shower. Well, water heaters have not been that dependable or efficient, but now there is way new technology. Brad Apple with Time Plumbing is with me to talk about the new age of water heaters. Now, of course, you can spend a lot of money on continuous water heaters. They're great. But there are also technologies available to make the new tank water heaters way
more
better.
Efficient, yes.
More efficient, better, longer life. Let's talk about some of those technologies. As we know, a water tank is a water tank, right? And this is almost magic when it comes to that, because
it works great.
Let's talk about it. It sits on top of the tank. Explain that, Brad.
What this does is it sits on top of the water heater. The cold water comes into a typical water heater,
and
gets
hot
heated,
comes out, right?
And hot goes out into the house.
But there's a mixing thing in the middle.
Correct. What this does is allows you to turn the water in the water heater up to a little hotter temperature, or turn it all the way up to where you would normally get scalded.
Really high. And what's the advantage of that?
What it does is it might take 2 parts of hot water, mixes it with 1 part of cold water. So you take a 40-gallon water heater and it makes it more like a 55-gallon water heater.
Really?
So
it's extending your hot water.
Correct.
So you get more hot water from the same tank.
And it does it safely, because it brings the water temperature down to a point where you can't get scalded. If you have elderly people, young children, it eliminates the...
And so this is the mixing
Correct. And
knob.
you can set it wherever you want to have a comfortable, safe temperature in your house.
That's pretty cool.
And it's designed with the Bradford White water heaters. They've done a lot of innovative things with their water heaters, and they've got one of the longest water heaters tanks in the industry right now. They're running about 16 and a half years. But this goes with the Bradford White water heaters, designed just for them.
And then
great little add-on.
Now, I think I love this, because what I think this is an adapter to put on a water heater so you can use an ordinary setback thermostat. Is that right or wrong?
Correct. It adapts to a Honeywell thermostat that comes with the kit.
What a great idea. So you can have a setback thermostat on your water. With
Correct.
that adapter.
With the Bradford White intelligent gas valve. It has to be the one that comes with the Bradford White that wires into the gas control valve, and then you can set your water temperature back when you're not at home in the evening, so you're not wasting heat.
So if you're going on vacation, you can set it down?
Yes.
When you come back home, and then you can set it for when you come home from work,
yes,
or when you're doing the dishes, or when you're taking a shower in the morning, and set it back when you're not using it.
Yes.
That's a great idea. And so this is an ordinary Honeywell, right?
It is, but they've adapted a certain model. Yes,
I understand
that
that.
goes right
so with
into
the adapter,
thing.
you get to use a regular setback thermostat. What's this thing?
And then this adapts in this also, this module, so that if you sense this little sensor, if it senses water on the ground around the water heater in any way, it will shut off the water going to the water heater, so that if you have a leak or something leaking out of the water heater for some reason, it'll shut the water off rather than flooding the basement.
Okay, so you put that in case there's a breach of the tank for any reason?
Yes.
But these kinds of things, aren't they good ideas anyway to have on main water supplies?
They are. You can get these kits for your house.
Do you do that too, for main water? So
absolutely.
If something springs a leak, it can turn off my water?
Correct. And so it'll sense the water, and it shuts the water off to the whole house.
You would think they'd give insurance discounts for things like that.
They
Seriously.
should. They should. Insurance companies.
For the money.
What a mess.
Brad has been around how many years now?
This is about 30 years.
30 years.
In the city.
And let's talk about this. This goes, by the shape of it, I can see it probably goes on a tank.
Yeah, this goes on the water heater itself. Again, it wires into this module. If it picks up a leak on the ground, it does go off, set off an alarm on this.
So that sets off an alarm in addition to
the other stuff with it. And then this kit here, this just goes around the floor, seals to the floor to contain any water from going.
That's a pretty good idea. It's like a little dam.
It is, and it can be used in a situation where a lot of the newer homes, the floor drains are an inch higher than the floor itself, and water doesn't drain uphill, so it diverts it through the rest of the house. This will keep it. You can loop it around the floor drain to where any water that does leak will go into the floor drain in situations.
Okay, and you brought this flex tubing or flex hose for what reason?
Flex, any of the newer water heaters, because of expansion or movement on the water heater, should have a flexible gas line going to it, so that if there's pressure, it can't break the pipe. It'll move with it. So any water heater we replace, we make sure that there is an approved gas flex going to the water heater.
Right, and this is approved. And by the way, you ought to check flexes if you have them, because many of them can be broken from movement.
Or they're not approved, and the old copper ones
They're not good.
Are not good.
No.
Correct.
Okay. So now we have a special offer from Time Plumbing. Okay, this is a great offer. A price to replace the 40-gallon water heater. It's only $980 installed complete for a normal installation. So that's $980 to replace a 40-gallon water heater, and that's with the newest technology, right?
Yes.
And then they can add any of these features to it?
Yes.
That's $980 installed complete for a normal installation. That's very competitive when you think about removing the old, installing the new. That's a complete installation, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's a Bradford White heater, the best in the industry. Also, a free Scald Guard mixing valve installed with the purchase. Is that right?
Yes.
Wow. That's pretty cool. So that's like getting a 55-gallon water heater.
Correct.
And it'll give you more hot water. Now that's with any water heater replacement, you get that mixing valve, that Scald Guard mixing valve installed. That's a $360 value, right?
Yes.
And is that for the next 20 customers?
Next 20 customers.
That's
Tom.
for the next 20 customers. And that's a really great value for consumers.
Yes.
And we're happy to do it because we work hard at making our customers happy.
That's why I recommend Time Plumbing.
And your viewers won't be disappointed. We'll install the $360 safety valve for free. So if your water's getting cold or you're having problems, I wouldn't pass this one up. This special's gonna be gone fast. Has anyone mentioned our new interactive website yet?
No, why don't you?
Sure, I'd love to. It's easy and fun to use, with a lot of great, helpful information. There's answers to plumbing and heating questions, all kinds of sales, discounts, and fun stuff. It's simple. Just go to 303plumber.com. That's 303plumber.com. Oh, and remember, we'll fix it right, day or night. Time to go.
And once again, that's 303-PLUMBER, 303-758-6237, or online at 303plumber.com.
Remember our number, 303 Plumber. Remember our number, 303 Plumber.